What is up, guys? I'm kneeshuuh and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to just be kind of talking about makeup. It's like a mixture between an Empties video, a declutter of sorts, and a Project Pan update of like notable things that have happened. Notable things that have happened? This isn't that important. Anyway, so if that's something that you're interested in seeing, keep on watching. All right, so I have a Target bag full of empties here, and let's go over what I've used up. A lot of it is minis. But one full-size thing that I finished up was my Mario Badescu Cleansing Enzyme. Mario Badescu Cleansing Enzyme Gel. Enzyme Cleansing Gel, yes. I got this a year ago-ish. No, more than a year. I got this like a year and a half ago whenever it was on sale at Ulta, because Mario Badescu has been such a hyped brand. And I've realized now that like their facial mist that they market as like a toner, it's just fancy water. And that's what I've noticed about a lot of Mario Badescu things, is that it's just fancy whatever. You know, the way that the skincare market has been going, the prestige skincare of sorts, it isn't necessary whenever there are brands like Cosrx, even some Neutrogena things. Like there's so many like affordable skincare, good molecules. Oh my goodness, I'm sorry I got off track. There are so many good and affordable skincare brands that I don't understand why brands feel the need to put out like a $45 vitamin E serum or something like that. So this pretty much did nothing, and I was like hate using it, and now that it's gone, I'm happy that it's gone. Like 3 out of 10, I guess it cleaned me. It did its job. It didn't do anything special. So next, the next cleanser that I finished, I actually did like. It is the, no, that's not the cleanser. The next cleanser that I finished, I actually did like. It is the Cosrx Advanced Smell Mucin Gel Cleanser. I really like the way this felt. Like cleansing, it's kind of like hit or miss because I have combination skin, so I need something that is like hydrating and not overly stripping, but still gets into my skin and cleans out all my makeup and all my sweat and just all my gunk from throughout the day. And I really felt like this did a really great job. I think this is like $18 in a full size, and I'm going to buy a full size whenever I finish up the next cleanser that I'm working on. But I only got like this set of like minis because I was going to Florida and I didn't want to bring all my big stuff, and I really wanted to try this, and I really liked the gel cream, and I really liked their Snail eye cream, and I really liked their essence, so the whole set was 25 bucks, and I really liked this. I've just been sitting here like this. Have you been seeing my hand? I don't know why I'm like in a constant shrug right now, but I really enjoyed this. I will be repurchasing this in a big size whenever I finish up everything else that I want to use. Keeping on the Cosrx hype train, it is the Advanced Snail All-in-One Cream. I love this. I have a large size that I'm working through, but since I had this little mini, I just wanted to get through it. So, love this. It hydrates. It kind of pills if I don't use like a hydrating serum or an oil or their essence, because I kind of like stagnate which things I use on which days. But if I were to just have like a simple makeup like right before I went to bed and I just cleansed, toned, moisturized, this would pill overnight. So I don't really enjoy that about it, but like everything pills on me. I don't know why, but I love this. Love this, have the big size. We'll probably continue to buy the big size. Keeping on with skincare, I have the Kate Somerville Eradicate Salicylic Acid Treatment. This is strong. This is a strong boy. I used this, and then the next night I used my Cosrx like blackhead pore cleansing thing, and this was way too much. And then I was way too sensitive, and I know that I'm only supposed to like chemically exfoliate like every couple days, but I can exfoliate like 2 days in a row and typically be okay. But with this was strong, and it did kind of make my skin purge, which means that it'll like bring up acne that's underneath the surface. But this does have retinol in it, and retinol does that to pretty much everyone. But if you really, really need a good acne treatment, or if you really need a good just exfoliate, if you need a really good exfoliant in general, I would highly, highly recommend this. This was strong. It did the job. After I purged, I didn't really break out after that for like a solid week and a half, so that was great. I highly recommend this. The next product is a vitamin C serum from Derma E. This was all right. I'm trying to figure out what I like in like a vitamin C. So I have the Ordinary vitamin C. I have both of their vitamin C like moisturizer things. I don't really like them. They sting my skin too much, but I'm gonna like hate use them eventually. So I thought I'd try a serum, and this was all right. I didn't really feel like it did much. Derma E, I don't know if this is like my brand. You know, there are some brands that they might not be horrible, but they might just not work for you. And I had a scar treatment like cream from them that I did really, really like. But I've had like, I got like I got in a little like sample jar thing. I got a sample of like their moisturizer and like an eye cream and this, and none of them really were all that amazing. There are other brands that are drugstore skincare that I think do a slightly better job, but it also could just be that this brand doesn't work for me because I've heard great things about them. So not really my brand, but doesn't mean it can't be yours. These next little minis, I'm just gonna, oh, is this a mini? No, this is a full size. The next skincare item was the Rock Retinol Correction Eye Cream. I enjoyed this. It is recommended that you only use it like every couple of days because it's retinol, but I use this like every night and I didn't get irritated, and it did help with like, I have really bad like creases underneath my eyes because I'm constantly rubbing my eyes. They get irritated for almost like anything. And I feel like this really helped like with them to an extent. Like while I used it, they looked great, but the second I stopped, they were like nothing again. So I think I just need to keep on with like a retinol eye cream, but I really like the feel and the hydration that the Cosrx Snail eye cream gives underneath my eyes. So I'm kind of like going back and forth. I could probably just like use a little bit of like a retinol serum and then go in with my eye cream on just my under eyes, and that might work, but I really like this. It worked for me. If you want a forever eye cream, I would highly suggest this. The next little skincare sample I got was the Dr. Jart Ceramidin skin cream. This is like a barrier protector skin cream, so it kind of helps with your skin's natural like moisture barrier, and it also helps protect against what's the word? I can't think of the word, but like dust and dirt and pollutants from the outside getting into your skin. And it really hydrated me. I really like it. I don't know how much a full size is, but this little like moisture retention shield cream really did its job. I felt like my skin was better. I felt like my sunscreen absorbed better into my skin whenever I used this. So I don't know what that's all about, but I really like this. I don't know if I'd pick up a full size just because there are so many. I'm trying to figure out what skincare works for me, and I feel like there are other barrier creams from drugstore brands that I want to try before I decide to go gung-ho onto the Dr. Jart product, but it's really good. All right, my last two skincare empties. Actually, no, this isn't a skincare empty. My last skincare empty is from IT Cosmetics. It's their Confidence in a Gel Lotion. I used to be all about IT Cosmetics skincare. And then I watched Hiram's video that I'll have linked down below, where he went over like just kind of step by step the basics. And he's right. IT Cosmetics skincare doesn't have any like revolutionary formulas. They don't really have anything in their products that make it worth like the $40 that they charge for their products. So I've kind of fallen out of love with just kind of IT Cosmetics in general. So I don't really recommend, if you're looking for a good oil-free moisturizer, I'm sure you can find several on the drugstore market. But I mean, I'm getting more into like Korean skincare, K-beauty, just because I feel like their formulas are more advanced and the price tag is really good, because Koreans, they take skincare as like hygiene. It's brushing your teeth. So I kind of just trust what they put into their skincare more than what I trust the people that take skincare as like a decoration or something extra put in their skincare. And also just looking over the formulas like from Hiram's video, I'm just kind of falling out of love with IT Cosmetics, and I'll continue using what I have. I'm not just gonna like completely throw it away. And they are good moisturizers, but they don't need to be $40. You know, they're not good enough for that price point. So this is actually the final skincare, and it is the Supergoop Unseen Sunscreen. I love this. I have tried so many sunscreens. A lot of sunscreens like to pill on me. A lot of sunscreens. I tried a Cosrx sunscreen. It was like their aloe sunscreen. It burned my skin and I had to like take off everything. I don't have sensitive skin. I don't really have sensitive skin. I have sensitive eyes. They water and they burn for like anything, but I don't have sensitive skin. So I don't know why that sunscreen burned me. I didn't do a retinol. I didn't do anything intense that night. And I've tried it like a couple times. Like I mixed it with my Supergoop and it still just, it was tingly. But this doesn't leave a white cast. Unseen sunscreen. It's SPF 40. I think you should be wearing like SPF 30 at like the minimum. That's like the safe point. So it's over that. It felt good on my skin. It kind of just felt like I was applying like primer. It didn't feel like silicone-y, but it did feel like smooth. It didn't feel like a moisturizer. It just kind of felt like a primer, just an average everyday primer. And I love this. This is a pricey sunscreen though. But during the Sephora VIB sale, I did buy 2 big ones. So I will happily repurchase this. I will happily recommend this to anyone because I felt like I couldn't use sunscreen and I was just damaging my skin more. So this sunscreen has helped me further my skincare goals like immensely. Going on to my first makeup empty, it is the Clinique Superprimer. Don't like it. See how small it is? It was free. Don't like it. It was simultaneously like runny, but also like super goopy and thick. So like it felt like it had like separated, but like no amount of shaking would stop. So I'd squeeze and it would like run and then the product would come out. And I would try and blend it all together and it would be like sticky and tacky, but not in like the good way. You know, I'm okay with things being like tacky if I feel like they're doing their job. And I felt like as I went in with like my brush and my powder foundation, the primer was just coming up as I pounced like my brush. So don't recommend. I don't like that. Buyer beware. A lot of these are primers I'm noticing. I've been getting through some of my like little primers and I'm super excited. This is the Hourglass Veil Mineral Primer. As you can see, I have scraped everything that I could get out of it. This is okay. It has SPF 15, but it's okay. People swear by this. I don't really like it. It pilled on me. It left me looking purple. I just kind of was hate using it, and so it's okay. I mean, if you don't have an issue with things with SPF pilling on you and you don't mind looking purple, go ahead. Everything's falling apart and that's fine. So my last primer is my Benefit POREfessional primer. Old school YouTube told me that I needed this, and I did feel like I needed this. Whenever I started working at Ulta, I bought this and I like used it and I was like, ah, yes, I can feel it mattifying my skin. But it would just really dry out. Like it worked well right here, but it didn't work well on my nose. It would get kind of like slippery and like I could like touch my makeup and then it's like, oh, there's my foundation. Oh, there's my skin, the red skin that you could see through it. So this isn't like, everyone knows that like this isn't nearly as good as old school makeup like hyped it up to be. If you want, I do like their POREfessional hydrating. I really, really like that. I think that blows this out of the water. So if you do want like a good hydrating but also pore minimizing foundation, go with that one. Don't really go with this. I never really like experienced breakouts from this like some people have claimed, and I'm not trying to like minimize their like experience with this product. That's just my personal opinion. Never broken out from this. It just dried me out too much and it like just kind of didn't feel good. Like it just felt dry rubbing it on my skin, and I have dry patches like over in my cheek area, so I don't need to feel more dry, you know? The last makeup product that I am just throwing away is my Too Faced Better Than Sex Mascara. I used to love this mascara. I feel like I can get a drugstore I'm trying to work through all my mascaras, and then I'm just gonna stick to drugstore mascaras because this, I did not need to spend $24 on a mascara when there are volumizing and lengthening drugstore mascaras for like half or even a quarter of the price. You know, everyone raves about the Essence Lash Princess, and that is literally like $4 or $5. So I'm more willing to pay for that than this. I don't think I'm completely done with this, but I'm throwing it away because I don't know. Look, I still have my little green thing on it. Oh, I am throwing this away because I don't do my makeup when I have styes for obvious reasons. But the last time I did my makeup, like the last video, I used this to kind of like blend the lashes all together, and I got massive, like I got a massive style like right here and a big one down here. I was horrified. And so it is just time for this baby to go. If you like my eyeshadow, the video with this look is coming Friday. So let's move on to just like a little Project Pan update. So in my Project Pan updates, I'm gonna be showing my like kind of pan that palette like every time, no matter what. That way I can see the progress. The only shade that you can really see like visible progress in is Our Team. Kind of in the pan, like if you look at it from the side, you can definitely see like a dip in the pan. This whole thing is so reflective though. I don't know if you'll be able to see it. You can definitely see how far down I am, and I think I'm gonna hit pan relatively soon on that side. Another one that I have a little bit of a dip in is State of Mind. I use that shade pretty much every time I go in with this palette. And the Gold Glitter Gilded, I have a pretty sizable dip in, also Gold Star. But this is what this looks like so far. There isn't anything like outstanding about it, just for me to go through every month and see, hey, this is what I've done. So I'll probably take a picture of it too. I know that I just put out like my intro to Project Pan video like a week and a half ago, but I have used it a fair amount since then, and I used it before I even did that. I used it for a couple of videos before I did like I used it in a video. Yeah, I used it on my last Tuesday video. I used it then, and I've used it like, I went on like a date night, and I did like a little smoky eye, and so I've been using it. So I just want to give little updates. So this Jaclyn Hill face palette, I did something that I've been trying to do in one of my Jaclyn Hill single highlights for many years, and that is I hit pan in a champagne pop. I have this shade 3 times over, unless you're counting the the loose foundation. Then I have it 4 times over. And I know that these pans like aren't as deep as in their like original packaging, but I finally hit pan in a champagne pop, and I am so excited. I've been using a lot of the blushes, but I don't use like a lot of blush, as you can see. But this one, it's so faded on the back. I don't even know what the names are anymore. What are you? Rose, okay, so it's Rose, Spritz, Amaretto, and I have no idea what the other one is. So Rose, Spritz, and Amaretto, these two. This one has like a little bit of a dip. I don't think you'll be able to see just because, again, the packaging is so reflective. But I think you can definitely see the dip in Rose Spritz just because it's like a shimmery blush, so it catches the light. But yeah, I'm like stuttering, oh my goodness. I got this while doing my makeup today, and I was floored. I am so happy. So that's what I have on my cheeks, on my nose. I put a little bit of highlight like in my temples and such, and I used it on my, that was whenever I got the pan, and then I expanded the pan by using it on my brow bone highlight and my inner corner highlight. But I am ecstatic that I got that pan. Another pan that I got today, actually, is in my e.l.f. face palette. I finally hit pan on this little like nude setting shade. Yay! As you can see, I have repressed these 2 shades, and these were completely covered by product, and I've hit pan on them again. So I feel like this is the beginning of the end of this packaging as I know it. So what I think I'm going to do is, once I get to where these are completely unusable and I just have these two, I think I'm gonna take those two face shades along with my Revolution Beauty face palette that has this, ooh, if I can get it open, this big old pan right here in the middle, and my all-nighter setting powder, which I actually got in that gratis bag that I was talking about earlier. This, and I'll just make one giant Franken powder and I'll be so happy. So I think I would put everything in this packaging just because I really like this packaging. It looks like kind of wet and I just like it. So that is something that I am very, very excited for. Another thing that I just kind of want to showcase, not really project panning it, but this is like my foundation, is look at this Fenty Foundation. I am like beating the edges of it with my brush. I think I need to just repress it because, like I said, I'm beating the edges of it with my brush and then like batting the brush into it, and yeah, this is insane. This packaging is so dirty. I don't know if you can tell. Probably because it's white, you can. But it is immensely dirty, and I already have a backup of this foundation. I love this foundation, but I am very excited to be using up like my makeup. I think I'm nearing the end of my concealer because I can like go around and I can like see, like here, if I go around you can like see the edges. Like there isn't a lot of product there. I think I have product at like the very end, and so I say the end, but I just have to kind of like take out the stop. Couple more weeks worth of uses with this, so I'm really excited to be finishing up this one, and then I'll move on to another one because I have 3 because I'm dumb. But that's very exciting progress, and I'm just kind of looking. I have everything in my project pan like just kind of like in here. How are you doing? Let's see how my cut crease concealer is doing together. I can kind of see a little bit of like the edge if I swirl this around. Oh wow, yeah. If I swirl this around, I can see the edge until almost all the way down at the bottom. Oh, it's making a worse sound right now. Okay, so if I swirl this around, and don't mind the sound, you can kind of see where it's full of product up until about like right here. And then again, I'll take out the stopper and I have a little scoop and I'll use that until it's done. But I'm excited that this is far less than what I thought it was. All right. So with that, I'd say this is everything. Let me know what you'd like to see next. I think my next video is going to be, it's both a 3 looks 1 palette and a palette comparison between the Jaclyn Hill palette from Morphe and the Natasha Denona Metropolis palette. So keep lookout for that. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you all in my next video. I upload every Tuesday and Friday. There we go, trying to be consistent, but let me know what you'd like to see down below. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!